Intermediate Algebra Homework Day 3. We are evaluating a linear expression, integer multiplication with addition or subtraction. The integer multiplication here is when you're multiplying this integer, can be positive or negative whole number, times our variable, and then we're adding or subtracting. So when we evaluate an expression, we're going to put the value that we're substituting in for the variable in parentheses. So here I have negative, and I'm going to put a number in for the c, plus 9 times, and I'm going to put a number in for the y. So in for the c, I'm going to put a 5. In for the y, I'm going to put in a negative 6. Here I'm going to simplify. Technically, this means negative 1 times 5. We know it's just negative 5. Here we have a positive 9 times a negative 6, which is negative 54. We're then going to add negative 5 plus a negative 54. Since my signs are the same, I add and keep the sign, and so I end up with negative 59. Number 2, taking b minus 5 times c. So I'm going to put a number in for the b. I'm going to take negative 5 times the number for the c. In this case, b is going to be 7, c is going to be 4. So in this case, nothing's in front. I can just drop my parentheses. That's going to stay 7. Negative 5 times 4 is going to give me minus 20. So I'm going to do 7 minus 20. My signs are opposite, so I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to get negative 13. The bottom one, that one's a little bit trickier because we've got a whole lot of negative signs in there. But when we substitute in, we have the negative in front, and then we're going to have a negative in front of what we're going to put in for b. In for b, we put in a negative 7. So I added that extra set of parentheses in for the b that I substituted in for. And then I have minus 3 times c. I see that when I typed, I didn't make that a c. Better fix my notes. And so when I substitute in here, notice here, I have a minus, and another minus. I have 3 negatives. That means it's going to be negative. A negative times a negative is a positive, but a positive times a negative means that whole number there is going to be just a negative 7. I'm going to write it over here. On this side, I have negative 3 times negative 6. A negative times a negative is going to give me a positive. And so I'm going to have negative 7 plus 18. A negative 7 plus 18 is going to give me 11.